They did?
They did.
What?
Yeah, because
No.
some places often do a mixture of cheeses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Aurelio's by me does that.
but the basics are tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese.
Why can't you just accept how it is?
It's because it's not how it is. It's not real.
It's
a
not. It's
lie.
made up.
It's
It's made up. It doesn't matter.
Parmesan cheese. That's why when you go to the restaurants and you get like little packets of Parmesan cheese, you rip that up and then you put it on your pizza. Same with like pepper flakes, but you don't have
You've
to put
done
the
that
pepper
before,
flakes.
haven't you?
What? Ripped off the bags? Yes, I have.
You're a monster.
No,
You're
Kate
a,
eats salads
you're a
after
fucking
her
monster.
meal.
You're a fucking I hope something bad happens to you, you son
How
of a
dare
bitch.
you?
How,
It's probably
how
gonna
dare
happen.
you?
You get the little packets and you put because there's the packets filled with Parmesan cheese and you rip it off and you put it on your pizza. That's what you do. You put it on your slice of pizza. You don't put it on the whole pizza.
Do something with it.
She eats a Klondike bar with a bowl.
Yeah, with the spoon. I know, because she's nuts.
I know she's nutty.
It's also because I eat them too slow.
And yeah, anywho,
I said I eat Klondike bars too slow. I'm standing by my argument. I don't need a
I'm
mess of fucking
standing by this argument, and no one can tell me otherwise.
no. We're not arguing. We're not arguing if that's the right way. We're just arguing how much of a monster you are by doing that.
We still got to come up with a theme song intro into this. Like
Klondike
everything.
bar.
Klondike. Ba-da, ba-da, Klondike.
Kate likes to eat them wrong.
It's a Klondike bar. Ba-da-boop.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't like to have a fucking melty ice cream mess when I eat a Klondike bar in the wrapper, which is
I'm sorry.
how I,
I don't.
used to
I don't
eat
like
them.
it. I don't like messes.
I don't like misses,
Look,
so I
because
got
if
an
I
extra
eat them,
bowl and
if I eat a
spoon.
Klondike bar in the freaking wrapper, I eat it too slow, and then it just gets all fucking melty and messy, and
That's
I
why
get it
you eat
all
it
over my clothes.
faster.
I get it on my shirt, and it's like,
It just gets everywhere. It just
Why are
gets
you putting
everywhere.
the Klondike bar on your shirt? It should be in your mouth.
All right. So I guess that are we going to get this started proper this week? Then
Yeah, hold on. I just wanted to say I do want to say, I do like the buttery garlic dips for
the
pizzas. I
butter
do get those. Yeah, I love buttery garlic dip for pizza.
for pizza.
Yeah, for pizza. You ever do that? Like get the dip? Like, I understand why people do ranch. You know how they get ranch for their pizza?
because that's actually good with pizza.
Not with
Yeah,
all pizzas. It's not good with all
not all with all
pizzas.
pizza. Because you gotta remember,
True.
you gotta understand it's ranch. It's basically mayonnaise.
Mm.
It's just mayo on your
It-
pizza. You
ew,
gotta
no.
understand that. You're thinking about it, right? You're thinking like you know you're right. It is mayonnaise on your pizza because it's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, people do put ranch on pizza. I do like buttery garlic on my pizza. Um, you know what? I love me a side of like breadsticks with my pizza. You guys get those breadsticks?
Meaty breadsticks? I don't know. I've never had a
Not
meaty
meaty.
breadstick.
No, not meaty
Meaty
breadsticks.
breadsticks. Ugh.
Meaty.
Get down.
No, just
Meaty.
breadsticks. Dude. You know, like Little Caesars, little crazy breadsticks, or Pan Oscars
I'm
breadsticks,
sorry. You
or
say pan Oscars?
was it Pan Oscar? Yeah,
I don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Pat and Oscars. It's Pat and Oscars. You know.
I guess
Yeah.
I don't. I don't necessarily know what you're talking about. With that. All right.
No, it's a restaurant. Pat and Oscars. That's what it's
All right.
called.
Well, I've put out the call to everybody who would be watching us that we are starting from it. Then.
All right. Can I just say one quick thing too?
No.
All right. So Johnny, you know, I'm gonna call someone out here, Johnny, right?
Why are
Johnny,
you calling Johnny out?
because Johnny's he's Johnny.
Okay, here. I have to throw on something first. So I did like a quick search and it's like this is something I've done. My family's done in like huge gatherings and holidays and whatever. Is we have salad usually like at the end or like after a meal. So it's basically like just a thing we adopted, but apparently it's like a tradition in Italy.
Kate is fighting so hard
Cause
on
it
this. I
Yeah,
love
she
it.
is. She's.
Well, no,
She's fighting
there
so
actually is like
hard.
science behind it though.
There's no science behind la
Yes,
salad
it is.
after dinner.
It says right
What
here.
science?
It says it is believed that serving salad after the main course aids in digestion.
Okay, cool.
So there you go.
Okay, cool. I still don't
Cool.
care.
Yeah. No one does that.
No, well, my family does. So
Your family's wrong, and they should feel shame about it.
Your family's wrong, and they should feel bad about it. They're wrong, Kate. They're just wrong.
They got like a little like a star American flag napkin holder that doesn't like even fit the.
I don't like where this is
goddamn-
going. I
They
don't like
got
where
that
this is going.
and they're trying to argue that they're Italians with the American flag like napkin holders. How dare you?
How
You also
dare
you
you?
also hold on. If you put that argument in that too, I will say
Which
that
one?
Kate
Which
for
argument?
for Italians doing that because it's supposed to be healthier. You also know how Italians are very obsessive about seasoning their food, yet you don't season anything.
all right. You guys can do this yourself. I'm not dealing with it.
You're not
Oh,
You're not dealing with us knocking on the oh, what?
yeah, come on, get her back in here. Get her back in here.
You're gonna get
Get
you're gonna get mad at us because we're making fun of
her-
eating
You're making fun.
salads. Kate, get back
Kate.
here, Kate.
Hey. Get her back in there.
I'm trying. Give me a sec. I thought we were starting. I didn't realize this is what was gonna happen.
I did not know either.
All right, I'll text her. All right, Kate, you win.
All right, you're right.
You
Salad, salad
No
after
salad.
dinner. you
No
win.
salad talk.
No
Please
salad.
come back,
Uh,
baby. Come back.
tell her we won't be addressing that.
Then we just wait for it. Then I thought we were going to start off on like a good note from this. That and like
I
it's
thought
not.
that-
It's
I
not
thought-
happening.
I thought that was a good note. Can I just?
Okay.
Can I-
She's seen
can I-
it. She's seen it.
Can I do this thing about where is it called?
I don't know. We have the topics for today. After we do the proper intro, we'll do the topics then for this.
All right. Well, can I say something about the John Johnster?
Okay. What are you doing about John? What about Johnny?
He's got the same face for everything.
I mean, it's Johnny's face.
I know. Look at these. I had like the people you may know, and I looked up. It's funny. It's hilarious because it's the same face repeatedly over.
Uh oh. She's texting back. Uh oh.
Which is
Uh
her files are too
Uh-oh.
foul.
That's just an okay. She's texting something back. Not just that, you know. What else? What else did we do?
I don't know, but look at Johnny. Oh, I think she's talking about like the ice cream thing, and
The ice cream
they're-
thing?
yeah, I think it's the ice cream thing. It's just ragging on her. Or is it because we keep interrupting her? By the way, look at the face that Johnny has. They put in the general chat.
I don't care about Johnny's fucking face.
Look at it. I'm pretty sure that is Johnny.
That is Johnny, but I don't know like okay. Okay.
Oh no, I thought we were doing that. Tell her I stutter and just fucking. If she can make fun of all me. Fuck, I can't even talk. She could. I don't give a shit. Oh, that's true.
Should I misspell your name?
Yeah, just do it. Just fucking.
We can rag on Sean then.
That's not even how you spelled it correctly. You.
I know I
dumbhead.
spelled it correctly. I'm like, should I spell it wrong? Nah, I gotta spell
Was
it
it-
wrong.
By the way, you want to see a good photo?
No, stop sending fucking photos in the chat, dude. Stop doing things.
I'm gonna send this photo.
All right, fine. I'll come back. Mozzarella, rilla. Oh. So, are you just like looking at all my photos, like all my friend photos from it? Then
Johnny was one of them. I
That-
just looked at Johnny's Facebook. This is all I got, and I was like,
there is a good story behind that photo from it. Then, because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm standing in front of the Mach 5. Johnny took that photo. All right, he's like setting up his camera to do it the whole entire time, and he like lines it up to do it. And as he presses the button, I stand in front of it and just do that. And he's like, "All right, I got a good one." He looks down at his camera and he goes, "What the hell?" Ed, where the hell how did you get in there without me noticing? And I'm like, I don't know. I was literally standing in front of you while you took the fucking photo.
"Hey Ed,
Is that
I have-
Johnny?
Yeah.
that is Johnny."
Apparently Sean
He
has a
has-
big fascination with Johnny and the fact that he has the same
The
face he
same
makes for
face.
fucking everything he does.
Oh,
I
I
find
didn't.
it-
That's not what I pictured Johnny. What Johnny looked like at
black.
all.
What, Johnny?
Well, I
you-
knew
you-
he was. I knew he was black, but like
Oh my
that's
God.
not how I pictured him looking.
Okay,
like
okay, you gotta
Isn't
understand.
he?
Black Lives
How
Matter.
old is he?
Black
he
lives
Johnny
matter.
is 31.
Holy shit,
For
dude!
real?
Yeah, he's
looks
older than
young.
me. He's technically like the
I
oldest.
thought he was.
Oh no, he
was
turned
younger,
32.
bro.
No, he turned 32. Yeah, shit, he's even older than that.
I thought he was younger, bro. Like what
No.
the hell?
No, he just
he
had
looks
his birthday.
younger.
He just turned 32. Jesus, I just forgot.
What
Holy
the heck?
fuck.
I thought he was younger.
Yeah, no, he's the oldest out of all of us. I'm the youngest one of my collective group of friends of people I physically know. Which is
Which
weird.
actually reminds me, I actually have someone that I play Elder Scrolls Online with. Are we live right now? Or
Yeah,
what?
we've been live. They saw you get
Okay.
angry and leave. We haven't even done the intro. This is still the
I
pre-show.
saw that.
I mean, just putting it
Oh,
down
it's still the
together
pre-show?
right now.
Oh, okay. We can just start at 7:30 then, since we're doing the pre-show, so that's fine with me.
Well, it's a 5 minutes from
Good
it then. I'm
point.
just putting together a deck right now. I mean, the topics have
Yeah.
been up this entire time for this, for what we're doing. It's not a big secret what we
I
got
like
right now.
forgot what the topics were. I have to go look.
It's great.
Our favorite games, settings, location, RPG systems, and you.
Yeah, I want to talk about that because I have Sean and I have Avery in my game from it then, and they're both excited for where the shit's going from it then, because I finally get to start doing the really horror stuff I've been setting up for a while from it then, and they're excited
For
it.
what?
The horror stuff for Tuesday's games from it.
For wait, sorry, let's say it again. For what?
Tuesday's game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. They also, ironically, finally announced the official next system that's coming out for 5th editions of Dungeons and Dragons, which is Icewind Vale, which is really cool. They've gone from the depths of hell to now like the really, really cool shit.
That just makes me think of they like D&D. Like what are those
Sure.
campaigns, right?
Oh,
do you
Daryl's
mean?
outside.
They make me think of like fucking WoW expansions, but I know they're
I mean,
not.
I mean, that's essentially what they are. Like the campaigns are set up to be like that.
So hold on, can I just say something?
Yeah. No.
So you're talking about Johnny, right? You know how he's like, oh, do you remember the Black Power Ranger?
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I know he's
Back in
missing.
the-
He's missing a finger. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's missing. Look at him then, and look at him now. It looks like it just looks like he just barely aged.
Well, he does look fairly young in that first picture, so
I mean, in that
Yeah.
first picture, he was like in his 20s, and he's like 46. I want to say now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he still looks pretty young, man.
see now I'm going back to where you said that Johnny needs a new face. Like, oh my god, dude.
Johnny needs a new face. Does he? Does he need a new face?
No, Ed, I want you I want to give you this real quick.
See, the first one, the first picture at the top, and then the middle one aren't bad. The bun, the one at
bun!
bottom-
The bun! The bun!
The one at the bottom is not the best picture.
Well, you want to see
At least in my picture.
you want
or
to see
opinion.
an even better photo?
Go on.
Do you just have a gallery of photos of Johnny?
Hold on. Well, look at this
That'd be
photo.
kind of creepy, to be honest with
Ed,
you.
I want you to look at this photo. I'm about to send.
All right,
Look at this
are you
photo.
texting it to me, or are you putting it in the chat? Okay.
I'm putting it in the chat.
Yeah, Johnny's a big horror fan. All right.
Oh.
See, that picture's not bad.
Yeah, but you know the context behind that photo, right?
I'm well aware of the context.
Wait, the convention one or the one after that?
The one after it.
Yeah, do you know how many times I've seen that?
The picture itself or the video?
The picture.
Okay.
The video.
Have you seen the video?
No, because I don't want to know.
Okay. I was gonna
They
say
just
it's pretty
they
easy
just-
to figure out what the video is.
Yeah, they pass around like a blunt.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's
Also true.
you see, it's fucked up, but it's so true. It's so true. You look at the video.
Have you seen that video? No, I haven't. Tell me more.
Tell me more. Where is it?
No.
Where's the website so I cannot look at it?
So I cannot look at it. I think that covers all my land bases for then. So it's almost 7:30 Kate's time from it. So we have all this other stuff to come through.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Bras, should they be outlawed? I say yes.
He wants to outlaw bras for some reason.
No,
Roll with
it's
this.
not.
America is turning into this right now.
It's not loading.
Oh, God.
That's what we were joking about with Johnny from that. Oh God, no, I'm white. Better do my taxes.
The fuck, dude?
Yeah, this is just George Bush right there.
Okay. 7:30.
Alright.
Welcome to the OnlineAlive Podcast. I'm Kate.
Mhm.
I'm Ed.
And the other Sean Cracker.
The other Sean.
I got mad earlier and left, but now I'm back.
Baby, come back. You can
You
bet
can blame it all
on
on
me.
Ed.
What the heck was I gonna tell? Oh yeah, about how like, cause you said Johnny was like the oldest in your friend group. I suppose you could count my like Xbox friend group. I have a guy that I occasionally play Elder Scrolls Online with. And you know, you can tell by the sound of his voice, he's kind of an old dude. And I can't remember if I ever asked him how old he was, but I know he's like I want to say like in his 40s. But he's super chill though. It's hilarious when I like get his laugh is contagious. Like when he gets laughing, it's absolutely it's a treasure. Oh my god, delete that.
I should have never sent you that picture.
Delete that, please.
Here's how we do that.
Okay. Let's get started. Let's get started on our first topic.
What is our
favorite games, settings, and locations?
favorite
Yeah,
game
like that
settings and locations? Then, Kate, do you want to take this furthest then first?
No, you can start because I kind of have to think about it.
You have to think about it.
Yes.
It's like okay, you got a lot of stuff to think about for that. Is it just in general, like you're like trying to narrow it down to one thing, or is there a theme from it? Then you're like, oh, I like that, but do I like that
Yeah,
more than this
sort
other
of
thing?
like sort of like a theme, I guess, but it's like hard to think of right off the bat.
Well,
So
'Cause
you
I sort of have to like browse my mental library of
So-
games.
well,
Hold on.
mine's pretty easy. from it then,
All
because
right,
I
go
talk about it all
ahead.
the goddamn time. My favorite setting is Cyberpunk from it then. I absolutely love.
I just thought of it. I know what mine is now.
Like my
I like I said, I had to go through like my mental library.
the short library. Like Jock
Well,
something.
no,
when you
because
said it?
I was like looking at my TV and I like saw one of my games on the floor and I was like, oh,
That's it.
I like looked at
Yeah.
like my case. I looked at like my little box of games on the floor that I can see. I was like, that's it.
So wait, what is your guys' then? And I'm still thinking about mine.
Oh well, yeah, I'll let Ed finish because he started first. So
Yeah, my favorite setting of anywhere is Cyberpunk, and it just has to do with the fact that it's dark, it's very dystopian from it, then with just corporations run everything from it, and the idea that you can be whatever you want to be, but sometimes it's not necessarily your choice. Stop with the photos. Stop. Why is my head a
Yeah.
PNG? It's like there's a cutoff in a background for that fucking photo.
okay, Cracker, stop doing that.
So I need to look away from that while I'm like focusing on deck building over here.
Yeah.
Like try to like put it all together then from it. Is that set up with it? Like some of my favorite games, like story wise from it, like Shadowrun. Not like the 360 game, but the ones for like Genesis and the actual tabletop RPG from it then. Like that's my favorite setup. That it's essentially futuristic D&D. There's orcs, elves,
Sean.
dwarves, and everything else with it in between. But they have that kind of permanence in the background for it that has all that crap with it, that it has all the corporations running everything from it. So you have the two groups always shooting the shit out of each other from it then. Like
Right.
that dark noir. The fact that kind of transitions itself into like space travel and like other tech stuff from it then. So you can take Cyberpunk and have it go further into like the Matrix territory or something either farther than that and have it go into like a setting like Mass Effect with it where it's even farther down that road with it. And so that's my favorite setting for it.
I can kind of see how Mass Effect is like. It's like sci-fi, cyberpunkish, kind of.
Kind of.
Were you a big Mass Effect fan?
Oh
Actually?
yeah,
Mass Effect fan?
I'm a big Mass Effect fan.
Yeah, I am too.
I really
What
do.
do you guys?
Go
Did
on.
you guys like Andromeda?
I did.
Yeah, I did too.
I
Like
thought-
once
Yeah,
all the
but-
once all the like updates and shit came out, I like got a little better.
Like it was.
But they didn't fuck up all the faces and all that shit.
You know what? I didn't
Yeah.
mind that because like half my college degree was doing that stuff. That's the field I'm trying to get into, and looking at that stuff is just something laughable from it. Then because I was like, yeah, it's really hard to do that stuff well, and to see that level of quality for it, it's like, yeah, somebody forgot to put a 1 or a 0 where they need to implement this stuff. But just the stoic faces too at the same time. It's like I don't give a fuck what these guys look like from it. Then the whole point is the story and the interactions with it. So just having that layered on top, it's like it didn't take me out of the thing. I just giggled. It's like it's a game.
I don't know about that because last time I played Final Fantasy 15, my Gladios at the end, like the final scene, he was invisible and he was a giant like floating sword.
Oh
Is it
yeah, I
big?
remember this
You're
story.
talking about like big moments though when it's coming
Yeah,
through.
that was a big moment. So I was like, oh look, we're all gonna give into like a group hug, and they're all hugging each other, and there's a floating sword just like right there. Like, oh great, I'm holding. Thanks, Lados. You did great magical sword. You know, it was everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah, but it wasn't something like that then from it. Like those big moments, obviously that takes away from it. I'm talking like minor things, like when you're talking to NPC for something like that, and their head does like a 360 thing from it. Then it's like, hello, how can I help you? Were you looking to buy something? Like little moments like that are funny.
Yeah, I guess. You know, like she's trying to be emotional, and she's like grinning, like in front of the person.
All right, so
What the fuck, dude?
he's got so many stupid things. So I guess Kate, let's go to you then. What is your favorite kind of thing then?
I mean, I suppose. Well, let me like look at it again to see if I have to be like specific. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be like an ideal setting because it's a very like gruesome kind of game. Is like my top one would be honestly Gears of War because I fucking love everything about it. Like I don't care if it's like mad dangerous and there's enemies everywhere and like the world is ending. it's my favorite. Like I love the universe, like the characters. I like the setting. There's such cool locations, and I can't get over it. It's just so good.
Like there's
But
a lot of like background story to it that's built up and history with it, and you
yes,
can keep exploring it from it. Then
yeah. But my second one, which is also I guess sort of a top, would be like spacefaring, like Mass Effect, where it's like you know I suppose in the case it would be rather like the sort of like idyllic of like just general like having like a cool ship and you know going places in space and the galaxy and like maybe selling shit and making a living and all that jazz. So
and doing further
it's
stuff
it's
from
but
it. Then,
not
yeah.
it's not dystopian. What's the other word?
Utopian.
Yeah, that.
Wait, hold on, back up for a bit. That when you're talking about utopian, though, you're talking about still Gears, though.
No, this is like
Okay.
in Mass Effect.
Okay.
Like the spacefaring thing.
I don't know if you'd call
Like
it utopian though. From it, then it has a very kind of degree of what's the word I'm looking for? Then like grim dark fatalism behind it. Then with it that doesn't get
true.
explored.
And plus, like when you play as Shepard, you're like always like the super good guy who like always makes all the right decisions.
You don't have to do that.
So
Like you could fuck it up in the
yeah,
second game,
but
and then it's just third one just you
but
bad
it
ending immediately.
You
but
start
it makes
punching
me
the fucking
but it makes me
the
sad.
reporter
Oh
in the
my
front of
god.
the face.
So like how they're redoing the trilogy.
Uh huh.
Are they really?
Oh god, yeah, I've heard that.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's
Really?
like later this year.
Oh god.
Like once the new gen consoles come out. But I like got thinking about it the other day, and when I first finally finished Mass Effect 3, dude, I fucking bawled my eyes out. Like
Was that
that's
before?
not easy to deal with.
For which one?
Was that
Mass Effect 3?
before-
Yes,
I don't know.
because when they did the like not the extend I don't think it's part of the extended cut, but like when you do like the final run up to the thing that teleports you up to the Citadel.
And they like get your guys out as they get blown up.
Yeah, and then you like call in the Normandy to like take your current team with you, and I always took Caden, who is my romance option. And it's like, oh my god, no, like don't do this to me. Like he's like, I'll come back for you. It's like, oh, stop it. Like I can't deal with that.
He's never coming back
Like,
for you.
it's like, oh, don't do that to me.
So I understand the whole. Oh my god. Okay, I understand the whole like thing.
But then like when before the Normandy like takes off, they like kind of reach out for you with like that super sad face. It's like, oh come on, please don't
Don't do that.
don't do that to me.
Don't make me love you.
Yeah, there's I don't know. I like that thing. I just the so the whole idea is that the concept of the trilogy is the Reapers are coming, right? It's like the first one.
Yeah, there's
is
also
the-
three different endings.
Four.
Yeah.
There's four different
So-
endings.
is for
Oh well, yeah, technically
So,
four.
yeah.
Yeah.
there's,
Yeah,
there's
if you
like,
shoot the kid or the hologram.
I like that ending
could-
the most of all, where it's just like, hey, we failed from it then, but maybe you guys could get it. Here's all the information that you need to win.
See, I normally do the destroy ending, but like when you think about it though, that's not really the best solution.
is that when you blow everything up on the planet? It's like you destroy
Yeah, where you
all the
like where you
Reapers?
blow up you blow up like all synthetic life
like,
or whatever.
and that's what I
which
hate.
includes like the Geth if you befriend if you
It
like,
includes
made
Gath,
them
it
your
includes
friends.
Edie, it includes everything else from it. Then it's like that's why I didn't choose it. It's
But then
like
I was like,
going
kill
through
the
everything
Reapers as
else.
well.
The whole point of that was you can't trust these people because their whole point is they take over everything from him. So that's why
the ending
everyone
that,
hated those endings from it.
See, the ending that I'm like, it's hard to like say which ending is more favorable. I get that like the control ending is like okay, like I would do that,
Hmm.
but
But they come back.
to me, like because now like your consciousness and like is embedded in like all the Reapers, you like
Mhm.
use
take
them
'em
for
all
good
over.
instead of you like use them for good now and they like just kind of stay and help. But which is kind of like the good outcome. But then there's also the synthesis ending where everybody gets to like a heightened level of like understanding and life and shit, I guess is what it's supposed to be.
Mhm.
Something like
So
that, but it doesn't quite work out that way.
like the Reapers are still like pacified and they like stay and help and they provide like all the knowledge of the previous species. So it's
So
basically everybody's on like a higher plane of understanding now, I guess. So
It
that's what
comes
it's
off like
supposed to
that,
be.
but again, they had all the different theories for like what does it mean from it. Then it's like the whole point of
Yeah.
that is like the Reapers were slowly controlling everybody from it. Then that's it. This ending is what they wanted all along. It's
I
like that sounds
don't,
like the
I don't,
bad one.
I don't see. I don't.
Yeah. But like the control ending honestly seems a little better than that actually because like they previewed it as the elusive man trying to do it, but like he was pretty much already
Warped,
weak-minded and
What,
under
warped mind
control.
already. Yeah.
what was his,
Yeah,
what
but like because Shepard does it, Shepard has like a stronger will and like just sort of does it. So
Hold on. So what was the elusive man? What was his organization? I forget what it was. It was
Cerberus.
like
yeah,
Cerberus.
Cerberus,
So
the
that's
like
still okay. The only
pro-human Black Ops group.
the,
yeah,
the Black Ops
anti-alien.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they
no,
just
they're
they
anti.
hate it. They're racist against aliens.
Yeah,
They're
pretty much
racist
so.
against aliens. They only like it was. Anyway, the reason why I didn't like that trilogy as much is because with sci-fi things that happen, you can add anything you want and call it canon, and it can go good, but sometimes it goes weird because again, Cerberus was in what Mass Effect effect.
Mass
You all right there,
Effect.
man? You having a
Yeah,
spasm?
Mass Effect 1 was only what like in one episode in one mission, and they were very minor, very very minor. But then they
Yeah,
became a good
it
thing.
was like some like random planet mission where you go to like some base and like they released like Rachni or husks or something, and you find like a Cerberus officer or some shit.
Yeah, and it was just so minor, but then they made it a bigger part, which I can kind of
Yeah.
understand in the
Well,
second one.
because like in Mass Effect 2, like you basically get blown up and die, with the exception of your teammates and Joker. Um,
Yeah, and Edie's now a ship,
like
and that's in life.
Cerberus was like, like we gotta save humanity. Like we know what's up. Like we can save Shepard and blah 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 blah. So that's what they did. But then by the end, the Illusive Man was just like, all right, time to like time to like just fuck shit up and try and make
Y-
Shepard do what he wants. But by that time, everybody's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. So
and that was the funny thing too, is because even Miranda, who was like a big like Cerberus person, you fucking convinced her
Oh,
to like leave Cerberus.
and Jacob too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and Jake,
They got done
Well,
so
because
dirty in the third game.
no, but fun fact: if you happen to romance Jacob in Mass Effect 2, he cheats on you in the third one
Yo, I got a kid I
That's-
have to worry about now, Shepard. I'm sorry.
because he like gets
And
together
that's
with
the
one
end
of
of
the
that conversation. And then you never talk to him again.
No, because he fucking gets together with one of the like ex Cerberus scientists on one of the missions you go on
Yeah.
to like go rescue him. And then in the Citadel DLC, when you can like go talk to him later, I'm pretty sure you have the option to do an interrupt where you just fucking smack him in the face. And Shepard's
Sure.
like, "Why'd you do that to me?" And he gives like some like BS excuse. It's like,
But
eh.
yeah, so the only reason again, I wish there was a better like build up to it, where like Cerberus was the thing, the elusive man. Like if they did even like a small plant off in the like the first one, that would make great. But like the whole, you can understand like it was kind of like the story was built as it goes. But
Mhm.
I like a story when it's like from start to finish, like everything like from the finish had plan offs from the beginning, but it doesn't reference it until later, and then you
Yeah.
start realizing like, oh shit, that was I like that things, but this just again it just feels like they just kept
The
adding on
biggest
more.
the biggest one they talk about that was a drop off from the series that a lot of people got angry about was the was the dark star that was happening with Tally's planet from it then. They're like, there's a bunch of dark energy. The
Oh,
star is aging a lot quicker than any known one from it then. We're getting
yeah,
these readings and we don't quite know what it means. And they talked about how that was the whole thing with the Reapers was to keep the universe from imploding because everyone's using FTL from it then. And at a certain point,
yeah,
FTL is just destroys the universe.
yeah.
And that plot got dropped completely, like never picked up or anything else like
I
that.
didn't even know that was a plot. Like I never came across.
Yeah, like her
Yeah.
her mission that you pick her up from it then is like, we need a scientist who's smart with all this stuff. Let's go get Tally from it then. And that thing, it's like we rescue around that planet where it's like it's just sunbaked from it then. Like that's the
Oh, that
whole
one?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the whole point that they're there and they bring it up. It's like, so what were you researching from it then? The star from it then, because we're seeing it from here and there's pulsating and a bunch of other stuff and it doesn't make any sense from it. And
Again,
nothing ever happens with it.
I see. I don't like that. Again, I don't like stories that ever. I like it when it's legitimately start to finish. I love how like
Legitimately.
legitimately.
Lemon
And how much KKM you grab from start to fucking finish. And that's what I like. I like when they have preset the whole storyboard down. They're like, this is gonna be a thing, and this is how it ends. And if we're gonna make more than like one game,
you know
I
how
would lo-
hard that is to do.
it's a risk that people take. But some fucking games were able to manage to do it. Fucking what do you say? The fucking what was it? What's the one game that Kate loves?
Gears of
I
War.
don't know. Gears of War. Do you think they managed to do that well?
I think they managed to do it well with Gears of War.
I mean, yeah,
I don't think they had it.
managed to do it well enough. So
I don't.
and
because
they
left it
kind
open.
of they kind of allude to it in the missions where Kate and Dell go to New Hope,
Mhm.
and it's like after the weird machine stuff with the matriarch,
Uh-huh. Like they
where
did a lot.
like Niles says over the intercom, like, what is it? You know, you can like kill them and destroy them, but they'll still prosper because they were built to withstand generational conflict. So like that's how that also is part of like the, what was it, like 25-year gap in between 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of stuff like that.
So
Then. But I mean, even though then when we're talking about that, like it being set up from beginning to end from it, then I don't think Gears had any direct plot charted out for what 3 was, and I love how that wrapped up with it then. Like that moment where it's like, yeah, we finished them all off, his father dies, and they're all on the beach, and he takes his thing off then. And they're like, yeah, we won. And he's
you
just
get to see how
he's,
silly his fucking hair looked
not
after he
not
takes
just
off
that,
the
but I'm talking
do-rag
about
for
like
one game.
not just that, but I'm talking about like Gears of War has like a moment where it's like finally this fighting stops and he just kind of looks at his gun and throws it down to the ground. He sits down. It's like everyone else is just looking around from it. Then it's like, you did it, and he's like, yeah, but does it even fucking matter? And Anya comes over. It's like, we have a tomorrow for a change from it. Then we finally have a tomorrow that we get to do things for from it. Then like that ending note for it seals everything perfectly up to it. Like what Gears was like going into the fourth Gears and the fifth Gears from
No,
it.
I remember like a sort of topic that a lot of people discussed in Gears 4 that wasn't actually explained until 5.
Uh-huh.
That like, because you find out that Anya like isn't around, and then you find out like, oh wait, she's actually dead, and people were like, wait, what the hell happened? Like, but then in 5 they explain it, where when you get back to New Ephira after going to Azura,
Like how she died from it then was because
yeah,
of the
like
fertility stuff.
like Marcus and Jin are talking together like before JD gets there, and and they're talking about the Hammer of Dawn, and she was like, Anya like wouldn't have wanted that, and Marcus gets kind of mad, and he's like, oh, that goddamn fertility program, and he's like, you don't get to talk about her, and it's like, oh, so that's what happened, because I think there's like a wiki page on it, because like after the whole spiel of like the 3 other games, they obviously have to like repopulate and shit, so they introduced a fertility program, obviously, and like Anya was like one of the first volunteers, which like spurred other people to like do it, because it's like, shit, we need to do this and like build our civilization back up. And the first result was JD, obviously, and then she like tried to do it again, and there I guess was super serious complications, and then she died and never had the other child. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how she died.
But again, you know what? The more I'm thinking about it, I think I like games with lore, and then they actually build up to that lore.
Then
It just
why
makes you
don't you
think of
like
that.
Destiny?
I was just about to say that, bro.
Because Destiny is a piece
Hold
of
on.
shit of a game. You know my gripe on Destiny already. The fucking grind. You want me to repeat that shit? It feels like a chore. You can say the
But
lore. Oh, it
there's
was
other things with it, like the grind's for fucking new gear, but you could still do other things with it. Like, sure, you don't want to go do fucking strikes and whatnot. How about you want to play versus with other people online? You could fucking do that.
Wait,
There's a
wait,
gamut.
wait. Do you
Hey,
do you
Iron
have the
Banana.
Discord up on stream?
Yeah, I have the Discord up on stream. Oh, it's not on
Okay,
stream.
hold on.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm
You-
not going to put the
you-
Discord on stream.
the Iron
Or
Banana.
well, is it like up on your screen? Like
Yeah,
to
I
where
can
it's...
see it. I
Are
can
you-
see it
are
right
you
now.
talking-
Okay,
Are-
okay.
Are you talking?
Here
Are
you
you
go.
talking about? Are you talking about the Iron Banana?
that picture's come up like
go
5
pop that.
fucking times this
Oh,
last
God.
couple
Go
days.
pop that in the live stream.
Lore.
That'll be the explanation.
Because like a game
That's basically what it is, though.
It really is. Lore.
the game that I like, that has good lore and just it's great. Fucking Dark Souls. That's a great series.
It does. And most of that
Eh.
stuff is told through environmental stuff with it, where you just
Yeah.
kind of do it. It's not told particularly well in like just expressing that information,
that
but putting
was
it
my
together
thing.
is
I
the
like
fun
never
stuff.
knew about it because like it was never told like that well. So I was like, what the heck is the history behind this game? Like, what the fuck is it about? Because I like just never knew.
You just gotta understand the environment. There's like a lot of secret shit, but like there's so much it tells. Like the more you read into it.
But like, why is there a bunch of like death monsters and giant crap around? Like, I don't.
Because
Like, why?
the universe is collapsing in on itself and dying. That's the
Yeah.
whole point of it. It's a
So
very
they need to
nihilistic thing.
rekindle. It's the thing about the light. It's like how we
Oh, it's
use
even
light
more
to
so than
survive.
that. It's just like
It is
the
more.
whole series is essentially about the hate death of the universe from it. Then, a bunch of people are dying and they're coming back as like crazy fucking zombie things from it. Then, and we
Undead,
don't know
like,
what's
yeah,
called.
they're-
A bunch of undead people are coming back. We don't know what's causing it from it. Then, but there's this thing called the dark soul that all these guys have from it. Then they're trying to keep the light lit from it. Then, okay, so what's the light do? Oh, it keeps the universe spinning from it. Okay, what if that light goes out? The age of darkness approaches. What's the age of darkness? I don't know. We've never let the light go out because we're afraid of fucking dying.
The only the only relevant bit that from any Dark Souls game that has stayed with me, and I'm pretty sure everybody throughout the years, is praise the sun, y'all.
Sunbros for life. It's the best.
Okay, so we got a little off topic there. I suppose that just sort of rolls in with the RPG systems and you, I guess. So
Well, the
we'll just
RPG
count that.
systems and you I wanted to talk about had to go with like 5th edition from it. Then, like, what do you guys know of tabletop gaming in general?
I do know tabletop gaming because that's the gaming that you play on tabletops.
Okay, well, what specifically about it? Like D&D, like this. What we're playing is the 5th edition of D&D with its subsystems for that. Then,
Yes.
do you know any
yes.
other systems? Then, do you know anything like Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Shadowrun,
Call-
Cyberpunk, any of that?
I know Call of Cthulhu. I've heard of that. I've
Call of
heard of.
It's fun. I don't like
Is
it.
it-
I don't like its die system for it then because you roll percentiles and you want to get low percentiles over high from it, and that
Yes.
confuses me to no end from it then. But the system setup for that is less of like, oh, you're being attacked or anything else like that. It's just like you see something horrible. Yeah, does my creature go fucking crazy? Kate says she can't hear anybody.
Well, you gotta open your ears.
Well, it seems like she's talking right now. Why don't you leave the? And she's gonna be right back.
Sometimes if you let your computer rest and it goes dark and
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
It's for some reason all the audio just stopped.
Very weird.
So
What was that, Dad?
So yeah, Disney kids are leaking phone numbers to other. Anywho,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about when you say that.
so tabletop, you're talking about the Call of Cthulhu, how you want low percentiles on your dice roll, rather than high percentile.
Well, yeah, that's
All
like
right, so before I lost all the audio, did my question ever get through or what?
which
Yeah, it's
one?
your question.
Like, are we talking like just D&D or like can
No, no.
like tabletop
Any-
like card games and shit
No,
or
we're talking
what?
about tabletop in general from it then, like the card system. Well, not
Okay.
card systems, but just like RPGs in general. Like I said, our Tuesday
Okay.
thing is 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons from it then. Attacking that, the grid
Mhm.
system, everything else that goes with it,
Mhm.
and how we do that. And we're talking about like there's other systems from it. There's like Pathfinder, there's Call of Cthulhu from it then. There's Cyberpunk, there's Shadowrun, and a bunch of other ones from it then. It's like what is the extent that you know of these games from it then? Because I know a multitude, but the only one that I ever really get a chance to play is 5th edition from it then, because it's the one everyone's just comfortable with because it's simple, for lack of a better word.
Right.
So like what kind of games do you know of, Kate, from that then? Like do you know any like card building games or anything else like that from it then? I mean, like right now I guess I'm technically playing a tabletop game right now, trying to do a Magic the Gathering, making a deck for fucking Brawl on
I
here.
know like I sort of know like the base concept of Magic the Gathering, but it's been a really long time. But the only other one that I know, honestly, is Yu-Gi-Oh, because that's the simplest one I know how to play.
Okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh since I was in high school 13
Same.
years ago,
I
and
mean,
I wasn't very good
only
at
thing, the only thing
yeah.
I kind of I don't know these. Well, actually, let me put it this way. So I know like the old style of Yu-Gi-Oh dueling. I know like the really like the early style where you only had like 2,000 life points and you didn't need to like sacrifice for summons.
Okay.
And then like as it went along,
Oh,
you
God.
got the 4,000 points and then more advanced summoning and then fusion and shit like that.
It's all doo-doo. It's just all...
and then I mostly got I only know the concept of dueling from like the first like 3 original series. So like once it got past,
It does
I know
what
up
it
to
does.
I
That's
I
what
know
I do,
up to-
you.
So I know like up to 5Ds where they introduced like synchro summoning, but then like in the later seasons it kind of got a little more complicated. But like I said, I know up to like synchro summoning, which is easy because that's easy to understand. It's kind of like sacrifice summoning, but it's a little different. It's like a combination of like sacrifice and fusion, I guess, if I want to explain it like that. So, but then once it gets into like the newer series, like what is it, Zexal, and then I don't fucking know what the other one is, but like I literally those series are dumb, so I never watch them. Don't even care, cause you whatever. But anything past like the basic synchro summoning of 5Ds is literally all I know up to, because that's what I understand. Like I don't know any of the new summons or new monsters or new rules or anything like that. So like I only know like the sort of older styles of dueling, and that's about it.
You're not missing out. It's just no one cares about it anymore. It's all stupid. They broke the game. The game's so broke. Again, the only reasons why I don't like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh, or to me it all, and you could argue otherwise. It is a pay to win kind of style game. If I pay more money, put more money into it to get the best cards, I have a more likely chance to win.
And I would agree with you to a certain extent from it then, because of the way that it's set up. And we've had this conversation before.
And
you can buy the best cards and the most expensive ones, but if you draw for shit, you're not winning anything with it.
And that part is like a game of luck though. But again, because
there's strategy with it. Like there's cards that allow you to literally pull shit out of your deck from it then, and a lot of other stuff that like eliminates from it.
Yeah, and I've heard there's a card that's been banned from tournaments that actually still happen today.
There's so many banned ones from it then. Like
one of them is
like I'm looking at
is
right
the
now.
one of them I think actually yeah, but one of them I think is the one from the Pyramid of Light movie, which is the deck destruction virus, where it like just gets rid of like 10 cards from.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for a second like Magic from it that like Pot of Greed got
But
banned.
oh my god, so to me, like I don't. It's probably not, which is probably 100% sure, is that like Magic the Gathering and like the Pokemon card game are just as equally confusing to me.
Pokemon's
Yeah.
insane. Absolutely fucking insane.
Oh my
Like
god.
I don't understand how they could have that many variations of the same fucking thing from it that and like why they would
Oh, I
ban some of the
know.
other ones
It's
from
so
it.
confusing.
It's like
There's an actual Pokemon that's a pile of trash, and its name is Rubbish.
You mean Trubbish?
No, I don't like. I give it. Don't I care?
you
And the evolutionist
nobody
Garbodor.
cares. That bunch of crazy stuff like that.
Oh my god, speaking of Pokemon, so I downloaded the other day the like expansion or DLC, whatever you want to call it, for Pokemon Sword and Shield, which is the Isle of Armor. And
Mhm.
so, as islands go, there's a lot of ocean around them, and you can the whole place is basically just one big wild area to like catch Pokemon. So I discovered fairly quickly because I went out like immediately to explore because my team is already like a really high level anyway. So I fucking spotted it was extremely comical how big this was. I, I fucking looked out onto the ocean, like where you come in from,
Mm-hmm.
and out in the distance, like I said, in a comically large fashion that it is, a whale lord. Like, oh my god, I have to go up to this thing right now. And it was it was comically huge because obviously it's a whale, but the fact that it like just sticks up out of the water, it like just floats above the water kind of, and it's huge, and I had to take a screenshot of it, which I'll have to do later, but I'll have to get later. But it was also level 80, so it was 10 levels higher than my current team, but I caught it anyway. So
You use Master Ball.
no, I think I used that on something else, but I used it on the game Legendary. That's what I always do. But anyway,
That's what everyone
so
does. Most people do. Rephrase that. Most people do
but
that.
anyway,
Ain't got no time for that.
so uh, I discovered real freaking quick that the Pokemon Sharpedo, which is a shark,
Mhm.
oh my
Mhm.
god, which they appear like in certain spots, or they spawn in certain spots out in the ocean when you're roaming around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to take a screenshot of this whale lord. And then
Mhm.
every time I went to that perfect spot to get a good screenshot of like the whole thing,
It's gone.
this stupid Sharpedo kept fucking spawning back in, and it's really obvious that it's super duper obvious you can see them coming because it's like it leaves like a you see like the fin poking out, and it's like a big like jet ski style like water stream that's
Mhm.
splashing everywhere as it comes towards you.
Mhm.
And they're fast, obviously, because hence the name. But and it's like I'm like, this is already getting tired real damn quick, because it's also kind of hard to outrun them because you're like little like your like transportation on water isn't the fastest. Or well, it depends on how much you upgrade it, I guess. But I like, to me, at the point that I have it upgraded, it's like I, like, this is gonna get annoying real freaking quick if I constantly have to keep an eye out for these things to avoid them and not have them catch up with me. So I don't. It's like walking in through the grass in old Pokemon games where you get a battle like every 3 steps. It's like, ugh. You see a Sharpedo coming in the distance. It's like, oh my god.
Oh no, I can't do anything
Like,
about it. Dun dun dun.
it's like, ugh.
Dun dun.
All right, well, there's that. So are we staying on this topic, or are we moving on, or what?
Well, I mean that's like one of the basics of kind of RPG ones from it.
Yeah.
Then what about you, Sean?
But the tabletop or RPG systems?
Yeah.
We already thought we were done with the tabletop. Yeah, I already told you. You already have my input on like how I think card games again are just pay to win, and to a certain even if it gave you the slightest, I still don't like that. I like I like games that give you like it's all skill. We're in the sense of like you or knowledge or whatever, wisdom or skill, where like you are both at equal ends, and only either your wits or your skill can prove who is the better opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if I say the basic one probably that everyone would agree that's very fair and it's nothing but your wits is probably chess.
True.
No one has a higher edge than another person. It's all knowledge. It's all like wits. It's basically you're playing against your opponent. And that's why again there are games out there that like you are given even like same you're given same amount of equipment or whatever, and it's all like gameplay that you will have to be either skill or wits to beat your opponent. Again, games like I guess Overwatch is one. Even
Ugh.
some games that are out there, like say, I know how people it is kind of controversial because you have to unlock certain things, like Call of Duty. I used to be a big search and destroy person. I played nothing but search and destroy because it was the closest to like two teams elimination style kind of game
Mm-hmm.
where it would like and I would play, search and destroy or hardcore search and destroy because it was a lot of like, focus, understanding your environment. You really had to communicate with your team. And again, you guys, again, you could argue like, oh yeah, some people have more unlocked weapons and stuff. Well, everyone can unlock the weapons. Some grind, and then the game's been out long enough for everyone to get like a
Mm-hmm.
good some of stuff and whatever, and you could say, "Oh, well, you're using the noob tube." Was like, "Well, I can use the noob tube too." It's stuff like that. But I can understand like how there's argument about that. But I do really do like when two teams are or two people or two opponents have the same capability, and again, it's a majority of it is their wits and their skill.
So you like the
Okay.
systemic where it's thinking through it more, right?
Yeah, you gotta like understand everything around you, and fair is fair, and I just don't like again card games just have that feel to it where like, well, I paid more money for this. I put in like what
But
200, 300, $400 to get like a little even a little higher edge than you.
But even then, for something like that, then like again, I play Magic all the time. Some things have a hard counter to it, and for stuff that would be fucking expensive, like crazy from it, then like there's lands that cost hundreds of dollars, some of them a couple thousand, and then you have things like Black Lotus, which is even like one of the most expensive ones, where it just cranks out stuff from it. That like there's hard counters to that. Even with those cards, you can still get fucking smashed in the face like that. Like it doesn't necessarily work the way you want it to.
Right. No, and I can understand that. Again, I can't fully grasp the understanding of Magic just because I haven't played it, but yeah,
It's really
I can
easy.
understand how there's.
It's
Okay, okay,
it's really easy.
we've already got over this. Let's move on.
Okay. So let's moving on to the next one then. Coronavirus Part 2.
It's kind of self-explanatory. So.
It's fairly self-explanatory.
It's very very special.
People are dumb.
People are extremely fucking dumb.
And I like how you put that there's the Craigslist listing for Trump supporters for actors
Which one? What are you talking about?
for Trump support acting people to act like they're Trump supporters, and you get like $250 for it.
Something like that.
Hmm.
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about with that.
You put it on Facebook the other day. Or they're hiring people to be Trump
Oh no,
supporters.
that wasn't that. Like I'm trying to remember what the exact phrasing for it was. Fuck was it? My aunt had posted a thing about like people faking being like supporters and stuff like that, then being like, oh yeah, like George Soros did so and so stuff, and we'll come back to this then later from that then. So pay me to say some shit about Trump and whatnot. Oh, so and stuff like that, and they rattle it off and they're like, see, it's totally a thing from that then that they're doing with it. Why can't I pay?
Well, I suppose the only contribution I can make to this topic is like they've somehow like upped like the mask wearing policies and shit where I work.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't even like sit across from a coworker at a table in the break room because it's like, unless you have your mask on, you have to social distance. We fucking work together. Like
You expect me to eat with my mask on?
Yeah, and it's like I was sitting across from someone that basically is just a work friend. I only see him at work, and he's part of our like merchandise team or net team, whatever you want to call it. But and I was sitting across from him on my break. I think he was eating lunch or something, and fucking the store manager comes around the corner and was like, she's a great lady, but she comes around the corner and into the doorway, and it's like, unless you guys have your masks on, you have to social distance. And my coworker's like, but like we're eating though, and she's like, I know, but you have to social distance. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me! Like, really? It's like, like I know it's for safety and everything, but like when you work with these people, you're not really in that much danger.
I think it's less than that. I think it's them having the option for that. Like, I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it.
Well, because it's like, we all like sanitize and crap like that when we get into the break room, so it's not like we're in danger in the break room. Like,
no, but you're still interacting with other people from it then. Like, you're still doing things from it.
But I see these people every day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, whatever. That's my only contribution. So,
okay.
Otherwise, I don't really care. So,
social distance.
I don't know. I see people not wearing their mask proper from it then, while I'm wearing a filtered one with a bandana over it, wearing eye coverings and hats from it then. People are saying, no, there's no way to catch it from this then. It's a hoax coming up with it then. While we have the highest amount of, pneumonia deaths ever recorded in like the span of a month or two from it then. And then you have all the coronavirus deaths from it then, where it's like, that's a strange coincidence from it then. Florida, how many people are infected with this? Like 83,000 from it. How many pneumonia-related deaths have you had? About 70,000. How many corona-related deaths have you recorded? Only about 1,200. One of those numbers seems very fucking off to me. All right. And again, it's one of those ones. Yeah, but it's jumping back up. They're like, we're done with it. All right. Here's what you guys got to do. Just play it safe. And nobody's fucking playing it safe from it then. So yeah, there's an extent to where it's a little bit crazy. You're like, I'm eating here. These are the people I know from it then. We can't obviously eat with a mask on from it then. Like, that's a little bit ridiculous. But at the same time, it's like, you can do other things to kind of take these preventative measures, and they're not allowing you to do it. Or they just don't care.
I don't think anyone ever cares.
Nobody ever fucking cares, dude. Like, that's one of the worst things about being an adult, is seeing that nobody fucking cares. Nobody has ever fucking cared about people.
That was the whole thing. Is like, you realize when you grow up, like, you realize how childish people really are.
Nobody grows up. Here's the biggest one to learn. In any case, people don't change.
It's because we're Americans and we're stupid.
It's not even that.
Majority of us are stupid.
People don't change is the big takeaway from this. Then
I do think people do change. I truly want to believe
some people do, some people don't.
No, people don't change. All right, you see somebody who's like, I'm sorry for my actions, and will do other stuff from it to like try and make up from it. Then that's a person that already had that opinion before he started changing. Like you see the stuff of those people going to like prison from it, then coming out as like, I never should have done that. I regret my decision and stuff like that. I was in a bad
Oh,
time
well,
at
but
it from that.
that's not always the case though. Like
No,
some
it's not
people
always
do,
the
like,
case from it. All right, but there is other instances of that, you know, and it's like somebody who's had that decision in their mind where they jump that kind of fence back and forth. Oh, this is a fucking terrible hand. Had already had that predisposition beforehand with it. Like you talk about somebody who's murdered a person and they go to jail for like 25 years and then come out like, I'm a changed person. It's like, no, you're not. What happened that night, you've already explained hundreds of times. I panicked. I accidentally killed somebody from it then, or I was in a fit of rage from it then. And you've come out with a reflection of it. You've grown, but you haven't changed. You're still the person that has to deal with those kind of actions for it. That it's not you've changed because you've reflected upon that. It's like you've grown as a person to understand why your actions are wrong. And that's, again, that's not changed as a person. That's growing.
I do have to say that, like, my favorite thing, you know, when I see like news stories about like, you know, people in jail, is one that I've seen. I don't know if someone, like one of you guys posted it, I can't remember, but like
Probably
it was it was probably like, I don't know, it was like the other day, I guess. But there was like, you know, like a child molester or whatever that had gotten
28
sent to prison.
First graders molested by this guy, 8 years in prison. Homeless lady uses her neighbor's address to send child to a school district so they can learn. 8 years in prison. Something's fucking wrong with that system.
I did not finish.
Go on.
But like,
sorry, I was getting ahead of you.
Like the other inmates or whatever, like discovered this dude was a child molester, and it's, I guess, notorious that even if you're in prison for like the most heinous crime, you know, everybody fucking hates child molesters because they're the worst.
Yeah.
So like they found out this dude was a child molester, and they like forcibly like tattooed his forehead with like the name of like the girl, or like the girl that he molested or whatever. It said like the girl's name, and then it said revenge on the, like, underneath it. Okay. So it's like, that's what that reminded me of. Because it's always like such a thing whenever I see, you know, stories about prison and shit.
Crazy.
Yeah, about like people who, like, other inmates who, like, you know, intentionally murder, you know, inmates that are child molesters, because nobody likes that. Got hair on my face.
Yeah, there's a lot of hair on your head.
Yeah, I need a haircut.
I've got to. I think I have to report something for this game right now, because this guy's playing an illegal card in this format that he shouldn't be allowed to do. That's
Daisy, what are you doing sitting in that window?
But yeah, so going on to that.
She's
then,
like, I don't know, what am I doing?
So, jumping off from this then to, I guess, what would be our next topic.
Come on.
From it.
Get down. Come on.
I'm trying to think of a good way to do it. So yeah, I guess I don't want to jump onto it and make it like the wrong kind of segue. I'm going to court.
Yay.
Yay.
We were talking about jumping off a bridge, right?
Huh?
We're talking about jumping off a bridge?
No, we're not talking about jumping off a bridge. We're talking about insurance and car accidents from it then. Remember last week when we talked about the car accident from it then, and how I said I might be going to court because their insurance might not be
The other guy
that?
has fake insurance.
Yeah, it turns out they do have fake insurance from it then. The policy doesn't exist. So either it expired at the time of the accident or they lied about it. In which case...
Do you get your money
which
back?
Which means they're in all the trouble and you're not.
Which means now...
But they were in the first place because they ran a stop
which
sign.
means now my insurance is going to pay for it then, because I have the uninsured protection with it then, as well as full coverage. Which the next step on top of that being, oh my god, this guy sucks from it then. Me having to go and testify for stuff.
So you have to go to court and tell
being
them
like, yeah, this guy hit me and he has fake insurance. Bye.
It's a chick, right?
It was, yes. So
one of you was. She got a sex change?
No, I mean, like, we're talking past tense. Who hit me? The person who hit me? Yeah, that was a woman. They are still a woman who hit me.
All right.
All right. So it's now I have to go to court from it then because insurance is
were
going to
they
take care of
Asian?
this then. Have it.
Oh
No,
my God.
it was a black woman.
Did you get a number?
No.
Oh.
Why are you doing this right now?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
That laugh, oh my god. Jesus.
Jesus.
So, yeah, Ed, you get her number? I mean, you got her insurance, right? Or lack
I think you
thereof.
want someone that drives like that to hook up with you.
So they're
That's
going to be
right, you
breaking
are-
stuff for it. That's the perfect person for it. But
She's
yeah,
breaking
no.
your heart.
no. So, yeah. So I'm going to have to go to court from it then because I'm going to have to do the evidence with it, essentially explaining this from it then because my insurance is now going to be taking her to court for it then because she
Oh,
doesn't
really?
have insurance for it.
So you don't have to pay shit, and your premium rate doesn't rise, does it?
No, hopefully it doesn't from that then because they were the
No,
cause of the
because like
accident.
the point of the case is to basically
I
prove
know,
that
but
they
I know,
to
but
prove that
some
they were
insurance-
lying, and it's
some
just gonna go
insurance-
forward anyway.
Some insurances are shady,
Alright,
and some
so-
insurance are assholes.
I hate
I'm
to
just
I hate to
like-
do
In
this.
general.
I hate to do this, but we're going to have to take a quick pause here from it. Then something just came up, so I'm going to end the stream for the time being. It'll
Wait,
be-
you got pizza?
Okay,
well,
bye.
give me like 10 minutes.
You got more pizza?